Hi friends, I want to bless you in Jesus' name. I just want to share with you a word which God has placed in my heart over facing challenges. Now when it comes to challenges, we all have a lot of questions that comes in our mind. We all have a lot of doubt that we think that we cannot overcome challenges, and so many questions arises. But when I was meditating on Exodus chapter 3, God spoke to me crystal clearly on exactly what to know when you're going through a difficult situation or when you're going through facing challenges. I just want to read these verses out to you. It's actually Exodus chapter 3 verses 11 and 12. It says, "But Moses said to God, 'Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt?'" Now I just want to speak about this because a lot of the times we actually think, who are we to actually do these challenges? And who are we to actually go out and come victorious in certain things we want to do in our life? It could be something in the worldly life. It could be something like getting a job. It could be something in terms of a spiritual life, in terms of God's calling, and you're just confused and you don't know how to react to it. But Moses was a person who actually came out of Egypt. He was raised up in Egypt, and he actually committed a murder where he actually had to flee out of the land, and he came through the wilderness and was just living a normal life with his father-in-law Jethro. And this is when God calls him to do it. And he asked the right question. He was asking, "Lord, who am I and how am I going to go out and speak to the Pharaoh and bring all these people out of Egypt?" But it's actually interesting what God says in the next verse, in verse 12. He says, "So he said, I will certainly be with you, and this shall be a sign to you that I have sent you." Now, a lot of the times when we ask God, "Lord, how can we actually do this? What do we have? What qualities do we have so that we can actually go and face these challenges?" But you know what God says to you? It's so interesting how God responds. When Moses asked God, who is he, in terms of who is Moses, so that God is sending him to go out and do all this great ministry that God has planned in his life. But God's answer is so amazing in verse 4. He doesn't actually define who Moses is. He defines who actually God is. He said, "I will certainly be with you." And that's all you need to know. If you really think about who you are, because when it comes to situations, we actually think, who are we? We actually look at our qualities. We actually look at our attributes and what strengths do we have in order to face these challenges. But I just want to encourage you, it's not about you. It's when God calls you to do something, or when you really submit yourselves to God and you want to do something but you want God's hand in it, it's not about how you're going to do it with your strength. God is literally saying in verse 12, he says to Moses, he said, "I will certainly be with you, and this shall be a sign to you that I have sent you." Now, because God is with us, it's a sign to us that he is going to deal with our challenges. It's not us. So I just want to encourage you right now, whatever you're going through, you might be caught up with sin and you just want to overcome it, or you might just be caught up with a lot of issues that you want to just solve it, or you might be even facing a new challenge. Whether it's spiritual, whether it's worldly, whatever challenge you're facing, I just want to encourage you right now. God says he is with you, and that's all you need to know. Just rely on his presence. Just work closely with God, because he's going to do the work for you to overcome these challenges. I want to bless you. Have a Merry Christmas. God bless you.